Professor, 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 Lex, Lex, Lex.
Hi, this is Sheila, Chefing with Sheila. I'm going to show you how to make salmon croquettes today. A version I got from my mom when I was growing up and my grandmother. So it's been passed down through the generations. So pretty simple, pretty simple. So here we go. You can buy any kind of salmon you want, but I like the pink salmon and I like the pink salmon black top, and I mix the both of them. So it gets a really good taste. So we dump the salmon in the bowl. Now a lot of people like to clean their salmon because salmon has a few bones in it. So we're going to take that bone out. We're going to dump that later. And a lot of people like to clean the black off the salmon. Actually, when we were growing up, we ate the whole thing. And it didn't bother us not one bit. Okay? So, we're going to clean it up a little bit for you. And remove the little skeleton bone that's in the salmon. Now my mom never did tell me where the salmon croquettes originated from, but I did a Google search on it, and it told me that a lot of times when they would run out of things to do or meats and stuff, they just took leftover like salmon and stuff, and they just put it all together and made croquettes out of it. Okay? And you can make croquettes with any fish as long as it's flaky fish. It doesn't have to be salmon, okay? I prefer the red sockeye salmon, but you can use any salmon you want, okay? So we have that done. The next thing I'm going to do is wash my hands, because my hands were already previously washed. So I like to wash them again, okay? I'm going to dry them off, because I'm going to mix the salmon with my hands. A lot of people use gloves, but gloves transfer bacteria. So I don't choose to use gloves when I'm cooking. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little garlic salt to the salmon. And a sprinkle, about a half a teaspoon or less. And then I'm gonna add some lemon pepper. Just a sprinkle, because you're not trying to over flavor the salmon taste, because you really want to taste the salmon. A few bell peppers, I cut them up, and about 2 handfuls, not handfuls, but you know, you can look at your salmon and you can pretty much tell how many ingredients you should put in it. I'm not a measurer, and I've said that before, because I didn't grow up with my mom measuring things. So we have 2 eggs. Crack your eggs. And we're just going to dispose of it over there in a bowl. I've added my onions and I've added my bell pepper. Okay, now I'm going to add a little Old Bay seasoning. It's good for seafood. Maybe about half a teaspoon. So I'm going to add a little paprika to my salmon as well. And this is like a 1/4 of a teaspoon. Yep, about a 1/4 of a teaspoon. Okay, so this is all done. So what I'm gonna do, like I said, I don't use gloves. One other thing people use, but I'll try it, and to make the salmon hold together, sometimes my mom will put a little flour in it, just for the cohesiveness of it, so it can hold together. So I got about a tablespoon of flour. And I love these old-fashioned canisters because they come with the measuring spoons, which is great. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to wash my hands again. And I'm just going to mix it up. I've already had my oil heating. You only need about a 1/4 to a 1/3 cup of oil, 2/3 cups of oil, and it's been heating. So I'm sure it's nice and ready for my salmon. So what I do is mix it up. because this is how I was taught. You use your hands as long as they're clean. You're going to be fine. We're not transferring any bacteria. So, and if we do, the heat is going to kill it. Okay? And you see how that holds together? So I'm going to make medium-sized patties. Now, a lot of people like a coating on their salmon. When I was growing up, we never had a coating on our salmon. We just ate it just like it was. So let me wash my hands over here real quick, because I need to turn the eye up just a little bit. Okay? And to make sure your oil is where it should be, I'm going to drop a piece of salmon in there just to test it. Just a little piece. So it's frying pretty good. Yeah. That's what you want to hear, that sizzle. So like I said, I'm going to take the first salmon patty. I'm going to put it in the oil. And that's what you want to hear, that sizzle. Now the second salmon patty, I'm going to put a little coating on it. Some people like coating, some people don't. I particularly don't like it.
Professor, legs.
Okay, so this is the final display of my salmon croquettes. While you guys was away, I just stuck some biscuits in the oven for 20 minutes. There they are. There's the salmon all done and the biscuits and some little fresh spinach for your digestive system. And boy, it's gonna be yummy. Like I said, you can add the alligator syrup, or you can use whatever you need to use. But this is Sheila's presentation of salmon croquettes. I hope you enjoyed the video.
Legs.